New tonight at 10, youth tobacco use in Wisconsin is down. Why that's both a good and a bad thing.
Plus, speculation swirling around a potential presidential run by Governor Walker. News 3 political reporter Jessica Arp travels to Iowa to see how much residents there know about a recently re-elected state leader.
Tonight, after President Obama's announcement, we give you reactions from both parties, along with a UW expert who explains what an executive order means for this country. I'm Danica Lewis with that.
And good evening. Thanks for being with us. I'm Eric Frank.
And I'm Michelle Lee. Those stories are coming up. But first, let's check in with Gary Canaldi on one of the coldest nights we've seen in a while, Gary.
This could be the coldest night so far this fall. Temperatures could be down close to 0 by morning, but the good news is we shouldn't have much of a wind chill. Now, high temperatures today were no bargain. We did make it up to 24 degrees. That's still almost 20 degrees below average, and current temperatures have dropped to around 10 here in Madison, but are already below 0 once you get into the thicker snow cover over central Wisconsin. Black River Falls is down to 5 below 0. Wind chills, not much of a factor now. The winds are becoming light, but with clear skies, that will allow temperatures to drop off so that by tomorrow morning, we should be down to around 2 degrees above 0. Not close to a record. The record low for tomorrow is -7, set back in 1880, but it would be the coldest temperature so far this fall. I'll have your full forecast coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Gary. President Obama officially took action tonight, issuing an executive order to protect nearly 5 million undocumented immigrants from being deported.
It's been a point of contention between political parties, with the president's opponents saying his actions are not legally sound. The 19th Danica Lewis brings us some expert perspective and some reaction tonight, Danica.
That's right. We found out earlier this week that there are an estimated 85,000 people living in Wisconsin who immigrated here illegally. President Obama said tonight Americans are tired of gridlock, while Republicans in Wisconsin and elsewhere argue he only strengthened it.
The actions I'm taking are not only lawful, they're the kinds of actions taken by every single Republican president and every single Democratic president for the past half-century.
The opposition poised long before the president addressed the nation, notable Republicans taking aim at Obama's executive order on immigration, like Governor Scott Walker in front of the Republican Governors Association.
And I think it'd be hard-pressed not to find anybody but a partisan Democrat who wouldn't say that this is illegal.
The fallout from this order is going to be political. It's almost certain that it's not going to be legal.
UW political expert Ken Mayer says amidst Republican outrage and talks of taking action from lawsuits to impeachment, he believes when it comes to what Obama decided to do about immigration, opponents do not have the legal leverage to question constitutionality, and it's unlikely the courts would even get involved.
Whether or not this is a wise policy or whether it's a good thing to do is separate from the question of whether the president has the constitutional and legal authority to do it. And the answer to that question is almost certainly yes.
While many Republicans say the president is tearing the parties apart, Obama asked that his actions bring them together.
I want to work with both parties to pass a more permanent legislative solution. And the day I sign that bill into law, the actions I take will no longer be necessary.
More reaction to the executive order coming in tonight. Representative Paul Ryan issuing a statement, in part saying Obama has poisoned the well on what should be a bipartisan effort and brought congressional relations to a new low. Senator Ron Johnson wrote in part, picking a fight with the next Congress is not the way to start a new relationship. And in Representative Mark Pocan's statement, he said the president is using his authority to make much needed progress. And certainly those aren't the only opinions we heard tonight.
And no surprise, all split down partisan lines.
You got it.
All right, Danica, thank you.
Sure.
Governor Scott Walker has been taking shots at President Obama recently, stoking speculation that he may run for the nation's highest office after his recent re-election.
And a story on Politico.com today is the most solid evidence yet. With the headline, Scott Walker plots 2016 rollout. The article details active steps the governor is taking to launch a campaign next summer. With that in mind, we sent political reporter Jessica Arp to Iowa to look at the governor's chances.
The people who are most likely to align with the Democratic Party.
High above the Capitol in downtown Des Moines, a group of young Republicans have gathered over lunch for the monthly meeting of the Bull Moose Club to digest the results of this month's election.
Does that matter in years that it's a presidential election?
But that doesn't mean their minds aren't on the next one in 2016.
Who would I vote for? It is 20 14. We just got done with the Senate race. My gosh, it's a little presumptive. No, I don't know.
But when you start asking him about potential candidates, Des Moines insurance broker Joe Stopulus is quick to drop a name.
I'm a fan of Scott Walker. Again, I went to Marquette in '04 when he was first running, so I've been following him for a while.
He's not the only one in the Des Moines crowd.
For me, absolutely, he's my favorite candidate right now.
While the enthusiasm is clear, the Iowa Republicans are also quick to mention other names: New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, Texas Senator Ted Cruz, Florida Governor Jeb Bush, and Kentucky Senator Rand Paul. But Iowa GOP strategist Tim Albrecht says not to count the Wisconsin governor out.
Governor Walker can do very well in Iowa. He's sort of a Midwestern folk hero right now because he was written off in 3 successive elections. Now, most people thought, well, does he even have a chance? And he won all 3, and he won them decisively.
Beyond his Wisconsin wins, Iowa Republicans are familiar with Walker's most controversial moves, with Act 10 and collective bargaining.
The things that he's done in Wisconsin, the way he's really fought the unions, which is very, very difficult, that shows his ability to make changes.
But what one calls an asset, another may call a liability.
As far as weaknesses, again, you have the scandals, you have the problems related to, his opposition to Medicaid expansion, and frankly, I mean, he survived a recall, but the fact that there was a vigorous recall effort says that he's not exactly a person who builds bridges. In fact, he blows them up.
Democratic Party Chair Scott Brennan questions Walker's fundraising ability and says he's much different than what Iowa Democrats will be looking for.
I frankly would be surprised that he would ultimately be the Republican nominee.
Albrecht disagrees, but says Walker would have to start building relationships in Iowa, setting up his campaign in the next 6 to 9 months, calling those donors and meeting with voters.
The old joke around here is, who are you going to support in the caucus? And they said, well, I like candidate X, but I've only met him twice. So, voters take their responsibility here very seriously.
While all presidential futures start in Iowa, Governor Walker, if he chooses to run, can say his truly did in the small northeast Iowa town of Plainfield.
Plainfield is no political mecca. Less than 500 people call this no-stoplight town home. Walker lived here for a few years as a child before moving to Delavan, Wisconsin. His father was the pastor at the Baptist church. The Walker family lived in the house next door.
I first was acquainted with the Walker family because I was president of the bank in Plainfield, Iowa.
Don Scragg's son was also Walker's classmates, and while those years were long ago, he has a clear memory of Walker's election as governor in 2010.
The Walker name struck a bell with us, and so we researched a little bit, and sure enough, it was the Scott Walker that was in Plainfield when he was 9 or 10 years old.
Scragg has been donating to Walker's Wisconsin campaigns and now thinks he'd be a viable contender in 2016.
He certainly would have to get to the caucus and do a lot of handshaking and door knocking maybe and so on and so forth. But I still think there's a great storyline there.
The traces of Scott Walker in Plainfield are now found at the local library. A bookish kid looking out from the pages of 1970s yearbooks. One no one may have envisioned could someday be inside the White House. In Iowa, Jessica Arp, WISC News 3.
And Walker is currently in Florida, where he spoke yesterday on a panel with other re-elected Republican governors. He told the crowd at one point that, quote, any of us would be great choices in 2016.
Next at 10 in Rock County, a proposed Janesville fire station is again making headlines. That's because it's forcing a group of residents to move. But now the new central fire station appears to be shrinking in size. The latest proposal showing a reduction in the building size in order to cut costs. Some residents are wondering if it will all be worth it in the end. Patricia Perry, one of the few residents left on the empty part of Prospect Avenue, she and 11 of her neighbors have been ordered to move. But after 7 years of renting and due to her current income, Perry is finding it hard to find a new home.
I was supposed to be out by the 29th of October. So they're giving me a leeway. I don't know how much leeway they're going to give.
We will have some vehicles that we won't have space for. There aren't a lot of frills in it. Is it enough to meet our needs for the future? That will remain to be seen.
The latest proposal cuts down on the number of bays to house fire vehicles. The proposal will now go to the Planning Commission December 1st. From there, the City Council will have to approve a final decision.
Here in Madison, the area at the end of State Street near the Capitol Square known as Philosopher's Grove is at the center of a discussion about pushing crime out of the area. It's become a haven for illegal activity, loitering, and fights, and area businesses claim their customers are intimidated. Tonight, the City of Madison is hearing from the public about the issues. That input will go to the Madison City Council, who will then look at changes for the space. It is a story we will, of course, continue to follow. You can stay up to date by going to our website, channel3000.com.
The American Cancer Society calls it good news and bad news in their fight to end tobacco use in the state. The latest Wisconsin Youth Tobacco Survey shows just 10.7% of Wisconsin high school students smoke now. That's down more than 2% from a couple years ago, almost 3 points below the national average. The bad news, though, is that more kids are using smokeless tobacco, and Wisconsin also well above the national average when it comes to the use of e-cigarettes.
There's over 400 manufacturers of the juice that goes into them. None of them are regulated. There's no ingredients listed, and the marketing is certainly looking like way back in the days of tobacco, where it's celebrities and it's obviously geared toward kids with these candy flavors.
And the American Cancer Society credits high cigarette taxes with reducing teen smokers and wants similar taxes placed on little cigars, and also wants the FDA to start regulating those e-cigarettes. A frigid night on tap. Gary's back after the break to tell us if there's any relief in our future.
But, it could be worse. For the third straight day, heavy snow is burying the Buffalo, New York region. The death toll has now climbed to 10, and state and local officials there are preparing to ask the White House to declare a federal disaster. Additional snowfall in just the last 24 hours has also reached 3 feet south of Buffalo. All right, stick around. News 3 at 10 will return after this.
And Michelle Lee. Meteorologist Gary Canalti. And Jay Wilson with sports. This is News 3 at 10.
Happy Honda.
Happy Honda.
Look
And he fades away.
There's like extreme close-up.
Oh, now I'm seeing Eric.
Gary's nose is brought to you by Rogan Shoes.
Is there any reason we don't want to start in front of the desk then?
I love that movie.
Hero.
I might
What
want
is
to
it
go
called?
see that again.
What's it called?
Big Hero 6.
Have you guys seen that movie?
Oh, is that good? You want to see it?
Yeah.
I don't even know what it's about.
Big Hero 1 through 5.
Let's just wait for the DVD.
Yeah, I didn't even see Hero 5. What's the deal with that?
No. There's no Big Hero 4 or 3 or 2.
Oh.
Oh, man, I was going to say it.
It wasn't funny, though.
It was funny.
If it's a joke, it's got to be funny.
Anthony laughed.
She laughed at you, not with you.
Ha, 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 ha. Okay.
He laughs at all. You're a jerk.
You jerk.
Oh, fine.
Nothing but a bunch of jerks.
You guys are nothing but a bunch of jerks.
Well, yeah.
You listen to Canalti.
Hey, what did you guys think about the immigration story? Do you agree with the...
What?
What? Do you agree with
What?
What? Do you agree with the president on immigration?
I think it's a step in the right direction.
You do or you don't?
I do think it's a step in the right direction.
Why?
Because it's better than doing nothing, I believe.
Was there, some people, like on our Facebook page, for instance, are saying, if they're not here legally, then deport them. The president, in his address tonight, said it's impossible to deport everyone. And should we deport everyone? Because some people were brought here by their parents, or were born here because of their parents. And he pointed out a couple of, like a student who's getting her 3rd college degree and how she deserves to stay here. So what do you think about that? What do you think about some of his points?
To say to deport everyone just seems ridiculous. They'd spend more money with the trials and trying to throw them out than it would to just let them be citizens and actually contribute and pay taxes. They'd make more on them paying taxes. And
they pay taxes for the most part.
Yeah, but
they
they
can't get anything.
Yeah.
In North Carolina, they can't buy a trailer or a car or anything like that unless they have a valid North Carolina driver's license, and they can't get the driver's license unless they have their papers. So it's a catch-20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second, stand by.
Oh, party time.
Well, it's cold out there, but at least the skies are clear. Here's the view from our tower cam looking eastward across Madison, and there's not a cloud in the sky, but temperatures are on the chilly side. High today, 24 degrees. That's 2 degrees below the average low temperature of 26, and the low of 10 is the current temperature. Skies are clear. The air is calm, so no wind chill to speak of, but temperatures could drop to just above zero by early tomorrow morning. Now, while things have cleared out across Wisconsin, the lake effect snows continue, but are starting to wind down across portions of western New York State and also downwind from Lake Michigan and Lake Huron. The heaviest snow band a little farther south of Buffalo than the one that went through earlier in the week. Cheektowaga, New York, that picked up the 65 inches of snow. They only got 14 inches from this band, but there were amounts up to about a little more than 3 feet in Boston, New York, just to the south and west of Buffalo itself. Things pretty quiet across much of the country. Eastern two-thirds of the nation cold. There's a little milder air starting to build out to the west of us. High pressure is located just out to our west. That'll pass overhead tonight, giving us clear skies and light winds and frigid temperatures. But there is a warm front farther out to the west, and as that moves in, we will start to see our temperatures warm up toward the end of the week. Temperatures right now 11 below zero, International Falls, Minnesota, single digits through much of Wisconsin, and then and the northern portion of the state, just around 10 here in the southern part. And the low temperature forecast calls for temperatures in the single digits, just above zero around here. But as you take a look at high resolution future track, after we see the clear skies for tonight and plenty of sunshine for tomorrow, the next weather system starts to organize to the south and west as moisture starts to stream northward as that high heads off to the east. So what will happen is we'll start to see some light mixed precipitation develop late tomorrow night into early Saturday morning. There could be a little light freezing rain or sleet mixed in before it changes over to just some light rain showers and drizzle. More important, moisture down to the south will be here toward the end of the week or at the end of the weekend as a stronger storm develops. Highs for tomorrow topping out in the upper 20s, and look for high temperatures back in the middle 40s for Saturday. And then on Sunday, we could be up close to 50 degrees. But by early Monday morning, a strong storm system will develop as one area of low pressure comes up from the south, another one rides eastward right along the U.S.-Canadian border and develops a big storm system. The U.S. computer model has the cold front already through us, and rain showers will change to snow showers on Monday. The European computer model, very much in agreement. So we have high confidence in the forecast that we will see a sharp drop in temperatures as we head into the early part of next week. Forecast for the overnight hours, mostly clear, very cold, low at 2, but with light winds, no wind chill to speak of. Tomorrow, look for high of 28 under partly sunny skies. Super resolution future track shows things pretty quiet for tonight, those temperatures in the single digits, but then tomorrow we warm up into the mid to upper 20s with plenty of sunshine. Clouds move in tomorrow night. You can watch some light mixed precipitation develop, but then as temperatures climb up above freezing by early Saturday morning, that changes over to light rain showers and drizzle as temperatures climb into the mid 40s on Saturday. And as you look at Sunday, we're up close to 50 before that cold front drops through, and then rain showers change to snow. There could be some minor accumulations Monday night into late Monday afternoon into Monday night and early Tuesday. It'll be blustery and cold for Tuesday and Wednesday, and Thanksgiving, another chance for some light snow with highs right around 30 degrees.
As long as we don't have any big snowstorms coming ahead of the travel times when people want to hit the road for the holiday.
Yeah, I think things will be pretty quiet. I mean, there'll be some light snow showers around. We'll have to watch from late Thanksgiving into Friday for a potential for a bigger storm, but right now it looks like it'll stay to our south.
All right, Gary, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, we're on your side when we return with a potentially dangerous baby stroller recall.
And the latest on the airbag recall debate happening on Capitol Hill. Stay with us.
Hello again.
Sponsored by McDonald's. You're muted, Michelle.
Michelle, red or blue box? Chris
Red.
16 times.
I'm sorry, blue box.
Red. Robin.
Sorry.
I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry.
I know who's more important.
No! Ow, you guys, I can't walk. I'm stuck. Or something.
Stuck.
And why are you stuck?
Well, can you see this? My legs got tripped up in the wires.
And now you're caught on your IFP.
I was caught. Did you guys see the, Did I, okay. You just say hi to Eric?
They don't.
Yes, they do. Hi, Eric.
Hi, Eric.
Hi,
yeah,
Eric.
I said it.
Where's everybody joining us from tonight? Warmer climates?
Where's
North
Yeah.
Carolina?
What we call warm, well, what we call cold, what you would call a warm day.
What you call cold and what we call summer.
Where are you, or Anthony? What is your weather like right now?
My doobly-doo says it's 54, and it's 8:19.
74?
54.
That's beautiful.
54. Yeah, it's going to be in the 30s tonight.
Ooh, that's cold, huh?
We'd love that daytime
Well,
hot.
that's California cold. That's called putting on 3 layers, a jacket, and a beanie.
Wilmington?
No, he's in California. Linda,
Oh, wow.
how cold is it there where you were?
Yeah, we freezed it.
51, I think.
Jeez.
Seems like the whole nation's cold, kind of, right?
Yeah, the whole nation's cold.
South Florida's about
Didn't it
that.
get down to like 20 degrees where you were, Linda?
29 this morning.
Yeah, that's.
For about 5 minutes. You know how it is.
It's going to be in the 50s and 60s over the next.
Are we close?
I don't know.
Hold on.
It's 56 right now.
Yeah, it's going to be 60
we're working it
tomorrow.
out.
Oh, boy.
You just
Sorry,
never
I
want
turned
to
you guys
live
off.
on the east side of a lake,
On the east side?
like on the eastern edge.
Okay, guys, I have to put you up. I'll be right back.
Hey, wait, that's not the newscast.
No. That looks like a guy with balloons.
4.7 million strollers are under recall tonight. It follows 6 reports of fingertip amputations.
Graco says fingers can get pinched between the hinges on the sides of the strollers. Here are 2 of the 11 models affected. Strollers made between 2000 and 2014, so a wide time span here. Graco offering a free repair kit, which would cover the hinges. You can find complete details at channel3000.com. Criticism today for Takata, the maker of those defective airbags that have killed and injured dozens of drivers across the country.
In a nearly 3-hour hearing, members of Congress grilled the airbag manufacturer, automakers, and federal regulators. They're asking them to immediately expand the recall beyond the southern humid states where the airbags are most likely to fail and make vehicles safe across the U.S. The company's defective airbags can inflate suddenly, shooting metal pieces into the passenger compartment. Air Force Lieutenant Stephanie Erdman was blinded in one eye.
I hope there will be no more mothers taken from their children or no more fathers blinded by the exploding airbags.
Chrysler and Honda were the only automakers at the Capitol Hill hearing. They have not agreed to a nationwide recall, but Takata is making only 300,000 repair kits a month. At that pace, it could take more than 2 years to fix the millions of vehicles recalled so far.
Wisconsin's unemployment rate is down slightly from last month.
It was at 5.4% in October, dropping slightly from 5.5% from September. The unemployment rate is the lowest since the recession in October of 2008. The State Department of Workforce Development said today the state added 4,000 private sector jobs over the last month.
All right, the wait finally over for the Flying Arrows of Lancaster. We'll hear from the new state football champions next in sports.
An infant goes from day.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah.
They didn't feed the black or anything. It was just
party time.
I wonder if anyone's watching us on YouTube.
That's a great question.
We should go look that up.
Yeah, if I had more bandwidth.
You need more internets.
I forgot to turn off my VPN before I came in, so now I'm kind of stuck.
Yeah.
Sorry, the computer was in the Chromebook was in the shot, so I had to move. Bubba moved it. Would you like to know the rundown for sports?
That would be great.
Okay.
Fabulous.
We have a VO of Arrows and Lancaster,
Can
and
we show that?
basically you can show all that because it's WIAA stuff.
Okay.
It's state football, state sports.
Okay.
So like the first story, the second story, third story. You can show everything until we get to the NFL. And when you hear Jay read the NFL, then take off the video.
Okay.
I think we're good. Oh, there isn't any video? Okay, never mind. You can keep that because there's no video.
Okay.
Fantastic.
What did you say earlier, Nick? You said what was your comment on in here?
I made a couple actually.
Smoking stock footage.
Yeah, the people that are in this the smoking stock footage that they showed twice. You know?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just how it was edited. Sorry, I thought maybe we were coming back. What was the thing about the campaign should have designated a maximum they can spend? What was that on?
Because you always hear about billionaires buying elections and stuff like that to further their own causes. And
I'm gonna put my headphones on so I can still hear you. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna mute myself though when sports comes on. I'll just type.
Okay.
Wonder if anyone commented on YouTube. We still have a viewer.
Stand by.
The charm. The Flying Arrows football team had been to the state finals the last 3 years and not won, but according to the news saying, the fourth time's the charm. Against Amherst in the Division 5 final at Camp Randall, first quarter, Lancaster's first drive, handoff to Tyler Glass. He goes 13 yards for the touchdown, and the Flying Arrows take a 7-0 lead. Big play seconds before halftime. Amherst at the 10 looking to score. Garrett Groshek, the quarterback, keeps it himself, but Andy Ryan had a record 21 tackles, makes the hit, and Glass gets the recovery. Lancaster 21-14 at the half. First Lancaster drive of the second half. Nate Tranel's 28-yard touchdown pass to Tyler Glass. Lancaster wins 41-21. Here's Eric Riley with the state champion Flying Arrows.
The last 3 years, Lancaster played their final game of the season right here at Camp Randall and left disappointed, but tonight they would not be denied as the Flying Arrows beat Amherst 41-21 to win the Division 5 state championship.
I was hoping. I had good thoughts all week, and we had great practices, and we were just trying to finish it out.
Coach Hoke and the rest of the coaching staff is amazing. I love those guys. Like, some people don't like some coaches because they are hard on you, and I love how hard they are on you because they reward you with that, and it's amazing. I love them.
Lancaster's something special. We grew up in a place where it's special. It's special to play football. It's an honor to play football. And today we got honored, and we're lucky enough to come home with our 7th gold ball.
With the win, the Flying Arrows win their 7th state championship in program history. That ties them with Stratford for most in state history. Reporting from Camp Randall, Eric Ryla, News 3 Sports.
In Division 6, Darlington falls behind St. Mary Springs 21-0, but here come the Redbirds. Miles Leahy rumbles in from 42 yards to start the comeback, 21-6. Then Springs fumbles away 2 kickoffs, and the Redbirds jump on the opportunities as they score a couple of touchdowns. But this is the one that put it away for St. Mary Springs. That's Blake Bauer to Luke Gellings for the touchdown. St. Mary Springs, the Division 6 champion, with a 37-28 win over Darlington.
Well, the kids, like I said, we fought. I'd like to see a little better tackling. But other than that, they made plays when they needed to, and that was critical today.
We tried so hard, and we fought back from that 21-point deficit, and there's no quitting this team. I'm just so proud of all my brothers on this team.
2 other state championship games today. Division 4 Somerset completes an undefeated season with a win over Little Chute, and Owen Withee takes the Division 7 title over Pepin Alma. A couple of NFL notes. Because of all the snow in Buffalo, the Jets-Bills game has been moved to Monday night at Ford Field in Detroit. And Thursday night football, Oakland leads Kansas City 24-20 late fourth quarter. And the Badger women's basketball team plays Vanderbilt at the Kohl Center tonight. Michaela Johnson leads the Badgers with 17 points. Wisconsin up 41-34 at half, but Vanderbilt rallies in the second half, outscoring the Badgers 33-17. Rebecca Dahlman, 18 points, 9 rebounds. Vanderbilt 67, Wisconsin 58. The Badgers travel to Des Moines to play Drake Sunday afternoon. How about those flying arrows? It was cold, I tell you. How about
They've
those
been a
fans?
powerhouse for years.
Yeah.
Glad to see them finally get for this group of kids. The
Those
state
fans,
championship.
they stayed in there. It was cold, but
Jeez.
turned out well for them.
They love their arrows. Jay, thanks.
You bet.
We'll be right back.
Hi.
My internet is like coming in and out. I think it's starting to slow down. Did Teresa pop in here?
She did, and then she popped right back out.
I wonder if she's having issues with her internet.
I just heard from Billy Badass Stanley.
Oh, yeah, what's he doing?
He is
Drinking.
watching The Breakfast Club and drinking Cabernet, and he's all alone.
Why doesn't he join our hangout?
I
He's drinking
said.
Cabernet alone.
Yeah.
Cabernet in the Breakfast Club.
We haven't seen Billy in a hangout for a while. Tell him to pop in.
I said, we miss you, and I got nothing back from Stacy.
Oh man, that's
I'm sure
terrible.
she's in bed.
She might be sleeping. She's, teaching.
Well, she gets up very, very early and does that broga now.
You see the Jeremy
Broga?
Well,
That's awesome.
Cool. She
What
also
you do,
about
sends
the
kids off to school, so there's that.
Broga is yoga for bros.
Does it look wrong that that person in the commercial's caressing a bag of corn? I'm just asking. That commercial on the
in the country, sure.
corn up here.
It just looks like he was caressing that seed corn bag. That's all.
You come from DeKalb like I do, then you know what corn is really like.
You didn't come from DeKalb.
I spent years of my life there.
I'm just putting it out there. It just looked weird.
8 years of college there.
That's not a funny joke, Eric.
The two best-looking people ever to live in DeKalb, Illinois.
Gary Canaldi?
Gary Canaldi and Cindy Crawford.
Oh, really?
She was there. She graduated from DeKalb High School the year after I started college. So she
your prom
You got
date,
a
right?
kicker.
Yeah.
30 seconds.
All right.
Remember
How
what I
old,
did
is
for
Cindy
prom.
How old is Cindy Crawford?
Probably 50. 40, 46 maybe?
What do you think,
Mid to
Gary?
late 40s, 46?
No, she's got to be 52.
No.
She graduated.
Eric.
She graduated from DeKalb High School in 1980.
How old do you think she is?
She's not that old. She's like 46.
I graduated from high school in '79.
Oh,
She graduated when
wow.
she was like 10.
3.
Is that the kicker?
Yeah, and you're missing it.
Gold, and the hashtag is a 1-carat diamond. It was made by a New York-based jewelry designer, which is also selling hashtag diamond earrings and a charm.
Hashtag nope.
Hashtag so cool.
Let's go to Gary for a final look at it.
Jay's looking at me like the same thing.
What are they
It's like a
talking about?
tic-tac-toe.
Yeah, right.
That's what it looks like.
It is. Cold start for tomorrow. Temperature starting out around 2, but look for a high of 28. Maybe a light mix of precipitation late tomorrow night. Then mid-40s on Saturday with some light rain showers, and rain likely on Sunday with highs around 50 before we turn colder again on Monday.
Starting out about around 2. Always good. We got more football tomorrow, right?
Yeah,
Randall?
3 more championship games tomorrow.
Yeah. Have a good one, folks. Thanks for joining us.
Alrighty then.
She's not
She's 48.
48.
Right here.
When she graduated?
February 20th, 66, DeKalb, Illinois.
Baloney.
I
It
thought she
says it right
graduated from high
there,
school.
48.
I told you she was like.
Yeah, the Google doesn't lie.
I think she's. I think.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Wikipedia's wrong, and you're right.
Okay, Google.
She's not that much older than I am.
Thank you, Eric, for taking your clothes off for us.
No, you know, my wife has been in her home where she grew up.
Birth is February 20th, 1966.
Who doesn't lie?
Getting older, and so
doesn't lie.
in Minnesota was a personal fitness trainer based in Denver for EAS.
Yeah.
And she was Cindy Crawford's mom's personal trainer, so Kim did the story on it, went into her house. She said it was so weird walking into her house where she grew up and going up the stairs in their house and seeing like prom pictures
Can you
in
see
like
her?
8th grade class photos.
Can you hear Eric's story?
Where am I?
Still talking about Cindy Crawford.
Did you just ask Google how old you were, Nick?
What?
Are we going to ask Google silly questions again?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Yay! I love that.
Okay, hold on.
That ring in the kicker made me want waffles. Hashtag she said no. Some things are just supposed to be traditional symbols and not trending icons.
What about buying $96,000 worth of iPhones and proposing to your girlfriend, and then she says no?
Yeah, she said no. Well,
yeah, I would have said no too. That's a great way to show how responsible with money you are.
right. Not to mention, iPhones cost even more in China than they do here. I mean, they're like one of the top luxuries over there.
Yeah, if I'm saying $96,000 to impress my girlfriend, not gonna be with iPhones. Just saying.
I'm not sure if it the display aspect of the proposal is why she said no.
It wouldn't have. It didn't impress me. It wouldn't have impressed me. But you know, that's just me.
So would you have said yes to him?
Nope. Right off the bat, I just see tons of irresponsibility. Just saying.
I'm just saying good night, everybody.
Oh, fine, leave.
Good night, Linda.
I've got to. I'm getting up early, so I have to go to bed early.
All right, I understand. Hey, just for we have to catch up soon.
Yeah, let me tell you this, Michelle.
Okay.
You know that picture of you with the mustache drawn on your face?
Yes. No, it's a real mustache.
Yeah. Somehow or another, my mother got that on her Facebook, on her little slim book.
Oh, uh-huh.
Somehow or another, my mother and her arthritic fingers and her no mind hits different things and screws up her whole little notebook thing. So now she can't get you off of there. You are like the wallpaper.
With my mustache?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Which mustache picture? Was it the one that she made or the Ermagerd one that I made?
I don't know. I had like 20 pictures. Which one is it?
I have no idea, but my mother said, well, she was going to try to write to Michelle today and ask Michelle how could she get that cute little face with that mustache off of her slim book. And so then she said, but then she couldn't get to Michelle.
Oh, that's sad.
This little slim book is driving me crazy. Because
why don't you get her something? Why don't you get her one of those iPads for seniors? Have you ever seen them?
I'd love to. I would love for her to have that one, but my brother bought her this one, and she was never ever going to be on Facebook because that was much too impersonal. And now that's all she does. And she's got you as the background or wallpaper or whatever. And every time she goes to her laptop and she signs into Facebook to see if maybe the same picture wouldn't be on her laptop as would be on her little, But there it is. There's Michelle with that stupid mustache.
Sorry.
Jeez.
I lost that stupid contest. Not stupid. I was just saying that because you called my mustache stupid. But I lost the contest.
Oh, I know. Mother knows all about it. I never did see it. So
what?
I did my part.
I'm going to go over there tomorrow afternoon to see what I can do with that little slim book.
Well, if I can help
One,
you
but
know,
wouldn't
you
let
know,
me
you should
cheat.
do. You should just have a hangout and have Anthony in there, and then Anthony can walk you through it. You know, he's our geek guy, so.
Well, I know that. I know. I would love to just take that little slim book away from her and then somehow or another, oh my goodness, walk by the ocean and it fell in.
Linda, that brings your mom great joy. That's not nice.
Well, it does, but also it frustrates the hell out of her.
Yeah.
And then she calls me with all of her frustration. You know, because she'll sign in to she'll sign on, and she gets real excited when it gets down to like her battery's down to like 60%. She says my battery's down to 60%. I'm gonna have to turn this thing off and charge my battery again. So, Mommy, you've got 60% more to go. I know, but I don't want to get it too low. I don't want to get it too low. And so when she calls me, she tells me that her little slim book tells her to sign into Google. I don't want to sign into Google. I don't want to sign into anything. But that every time I turn it on to Facebook, it says sign into Google. I said, oh, good God. You know, and with my not being there, she's driving me crazy with this stupid thing.
Well, you're a very good caretaker. You're a very good daughter.
Thank you.
Yeah, see.
Just tell my mother that. But anyway, I just wanted to warn you, Michelle, if you get anything from Doris Bufflap, you know that is my crazy alien mother.
Is she on? Am I friends with her?
I don't know.
Oh, Doris Bufflap. Here we go. Oh, yeah.
Butt flap is. Did you just say butt flap?
Buff. Buff flap.
Buff flap. Okay.
All right. Hey, we're getting on YouTube, so.
I wanted to ask, but I didn't want to seem rude, so Nick asked, so I don't feel bad.
Somebody one of her doctor's nurses calls her Miss Buttflap.
Oh, God, that's not where I wanted to go. That's
okay, I got to go, y'all.
Okay. Bye, Linda.
Hey, Linda.
Bye, YouTube. Bye, YouTube. We'll be back on Monday. We'll be back on Monday.
Okay.